Hello and welcome back to the Rugby Connection podcast by the fans for the fans. This week we had 3 nail-biting Six Nation games and lots of other stuff to talk about in the rugby world. So I'm here, obviously, with my 2 boys. Sean, how are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Obviously, delighted with the win yesterday. But I'm pretty happy. How are you, Harry?
I'm all right. You said you had a game today, did you?
I did, yeah. We had a cup match, our first cup match, and we won 31-21 in the end. And I came off the bench and I scored our final try, which I'm delighted with, my first senior try. Thanks very much, lads. Appreciate it. I was delighted. Everyone was actually delighted for me when I got over as well. Everyone was like, "Oh, give me hugs and everything." After I was delighted, I was over the moon.
Oh well, Mup Carrick. Murray.
Up Carrick for the cup.
Murray, how are you?
I'm okay. I've had a bit of a bad back, but you know what? Got to watch a lot of rugby and reminisce over the good weekend we had last weekend. So yeah, all in all, lots of laughs.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very good stuff. Right, should we get on to the games?
How are you first, Harth? Forgot to ask.
I'm all right. I had a game today. We lost, unfortunately. I came off with a shoulder injury. A rut collapsed on me, and my shoulder's gone. So. It's best we move on. Anyway, right. So obviously Friday night rugby. France at the Principalities take on Wales. Final score 13-9.
Yes.
Boys, your opinions on this?
First thought is I'm glad it's not just Hogg that butters it against French opposition. Jonathan Davies, absolute sitter. Karma's a bitch. Haha.
Well, I've actually got a funny story about the game. So, I on Friday I got tickets to watch the England Ireland Legends match at Stoke, and basically me and my mate we were there, and they were playing the game in the bar. And basically we come in at half time, and we wait in the queue for a pint. We come in at the start of half time, by the way. We watch about, the line was going awfully slow, so we watch half an hour of the game just in the queue for a pint. We come out and there's 9 minutes left of the Legends game left.
Oh my!
Absolutely shocking.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to see much of it, but I mean, you know, from the highlights I have seen, it seemed like a pretty good thriller. And to be honest, also, you know, Wales, what a performance by them. I think, you know, from what I saw, there were chances that could have taken, definitely some chances that kind of went missing, but at the end of the day, it does show how good this France side are.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think all championship winning side. I'll wait till the announcer stops speaking in the train. I think all championship winning sides need like a nitty-gritty win, and France definitely got that at the weekend. And you know what? Fair play of Wales for proper giving it a go.
I think also because they were a side I think we like heavily doubted coming into the championship. We basically just said like 5th spot. We basically were going to just gift to them. Yeah. But fair play, like they've shown they can play. They performed. They were probably the better team against England. They were definitely a better team this game. No, actually, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They were definitely in contention of being the better team this game. But France again, they got a nitty-gritty win because, I mean, they are incredible, and it's hard away at the Principality, somewhere that basically is just Wales's fortress.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it tarnished our championship hopes, didn't it? So, no, it was a good game. It generally could have went either way, and I think that was the good part. But I'm just saying now, France are winning the Grand Slam.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
Sean, any thoughts on the France-Wales game?
Yeah, I only got to saw the last 15 minutes, but it looked like a serious game and fair play to Wales. What I did hear was what you just spoke about, especially Murray. You said that Jonathan Davies dropped ball when he was in the clear. But look, fair play to Wales. I mean, France, you know, I think they're they are probably the best side in the championship, but it's nice to see that they can be pushed to the very limit. And like, the last few minutes, although I love France and that I love France, I was shouting for Wales. I was like, come on, Wales, you can do this, But I know, fair play, Wales.
And I just want to probably just some player highlights. Dan Bigger as well. What a game he had.
Yeah.
Insane game.
That 50-22 is beautiful.
50-22, I think, I have an unpopular opinion. I think it's one of the best laws that rugby has put in the game.
I don't get why people don't like it. It makes perfect sense. I love it.
I don't know if people are finding it too gimmicky or whatever, but I think it's an incredible law. I of course I watch rugby league. Like I like the 40-20 rule, and to have it in rugby union as well. It's just amazing. And the 50-22s that we have seen. I was at a university game a couple of weeks ago. And one of the lads hit 50-22, and oh my god, it was just incredible. Like my face just lit up. It was I absolutely just loved it.
Classy.
I agree.
Speaking of classy, how even though they got defeated, how good were Italy?
Oh my word, Italy. We did my interview back in May. You interviewed me on this podcast back in like May, June. I said to you then that Italy are going to show them are going to show that they can play this year.
Yeah,
I said they still won't win any games, but I said that they can prove that they can play this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, I mean, to get I'd say they'd be well within their right to get maybe a losing bonus point.
Yeah, I mean they weren't far off it, to be fair, especially at the end. Yeah. But I think Scotland played well for the most part and got the job done, but they still had a lot of mistakes.
From what I saw, I was at work during the game, so I didn't get to see an awful watch. But in the first half, I could probably argue that Italy were the better side. It's just that Scotland were a bit more clinical with their chances.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the stats right now, and overall possession, it was 51% to Italy. Overall territory was the same. Time in possession, it was 30 seconds more. They had 23 minutes of possession. They spent 3 minutes longer in our 22 than we did in theirs.
Do you think Italy were kind of like, do you think they were unfortunate not to come away with the result, or at least maybe like a losing bonus point?
I think they were unfortunate for the losing bonus point. I don't think they were going to get the victory. I think after what happened between Scotland and France, Scotland had to go out and prove a point, and yeah, I think we did do that. Ali Price, you could tell it was his 50th cap. He was running roughshod. He was having an absolute whale of a time. And Sam Johnson stealing the glory of the first try. Easy,
Ali
had
Price.
Miles Kane written all over it, and Sam Johnson went, nope, mine in the corner, thanks.
I think for me, like Ali Price is just one of these players who just keeps on getting better with age. Like he just ages like fine wine.
He does.
He is incredible.
It made me laugh. Somebody commented on I did a little video. There's a video that I made, and it's Ali Price making the clean break after his interception, and the way he runs and moves is almost identical to his debut against Georgia. And somebody commented like, "I keep forgetting how quick Ali Price actually is." I'm like, how?
No, I think Ali Price is incredible, and I think I also want to talk about Kyle Steyn. This is his first Six Nations match.
Yeah.
Was it a try? Yeah, it was just a try, wasn't it? But still,
he had the try guaranteed, and then Sam Johnson ran out of absolutely nowhere, stole it, and darted over the line. So Kirsten didn't even get on the scoreboard. But
oh no, I had him. The thing is, I had him in my fantasy team. I thought to myself, he's playing against Italy, Scotland will score tries. I'll have him out on the wing. Sam Johnson stole it, and I saw, it went out onto the wing, and I saw someone score, and I was like, oh, come on. And Sam Johnson comes up with the ball and just like, oh, why couldn't you just let him?
I know, it was so funny though, because you could actually see the replay and you could see Kyle laughing about it. But I'm like, at the same back, you're like, you dick. Like, who does that?
Yeah, exactly. You've stolen my first my first Six Nations try off me. Sean, what do you make of it?
I was
with the game in general. I don't just mean Sam Johnson's rubber. I mean,
yeah, no comment on Sam Johnson there. No, I think Italy were brilliant. Actually, I was actually delighted with Italy. Now I know, well, not like they weren't superb, but like they made a lot of errors. They're a bit inaccurate at times, but I thought there was a couple of periods in the game where they kept themselves in the game. Like, you know, coming up to halftime, what was there only a score in it at halftime? They did very well to get back to that. And then I think in the second half they were just a bit inaccurate. I mean, there were a lot of questions with the penalties they were taking a couple of occasions. They took one halfway, which Garbisi missed. He missed another one in the first half as well from I think 40 meters as well. You know, you probably would have liked to see them either on one of those occasions go to the corner, because if they did end up scoring off it, they would have actually given themselves, I'd say, a chance to win the game. Not going to say that they would have won the game, but giving themselves a chance. Sorry. No, but I think look, I was very pleased with Italy's performance. I mean, Scotland got the win in the end. Fair play to them, but I think very promising for Italy. Like, I was honestly delighted. And Capuzzo off the bench. I mean, 2 tries. Fair play to him on debut.
I was actually shocked I actually was shocked that he's older than I thought he was.
Yeah.
He came on with this, you know, with this baby face, you know. It's like I'm pretty sure, like, he probably never grown a beard in his life.
What age is he?
He was born in 1999.
Okay.
I thought I thought it would have been much younger. I mean, like, I was getting scared he was close to my age. Like,
yeah. Then you feel shame.
I mean, like, so talking about this, I'll quickly just touch upon this. You talk about their errors, but is this just because it's a new look Italy team? You know, they are young. You know, they're young. They're inexperienced players, not just on the international stage, but in rugby in general. You know, are we expecting maybe the next step for Italy is just to fine tune? Have they found the squad that they're just ready to fine tune yet?
Yeah, I think like the mistakes that they were making are definitely fixable. Like, they're not like things at all. Like, they'll never get over these things. I think even if they cut out, you know, a third of their mistakes, they'd be well in games. Like, I think like Wales should nearly be, if Italy play the way they did on Saturday, Wales should nearly be a bit worried next week. Like, not going to say that Italy are going to win again, but like Italy have the core structure of a good game plan. And like, you know, what was it, the Scotland second try? Italy were in Scotland's 22, did really well to get that position, and then they threw the intercept. It was a serious try. But yeah, I think Italy have the core bones of a really good game plan.
Yeah, I think we've seen that with Italy in you know, previously. You know, even last Six Nations, they were playing incredibly well. But I think, I think there's just a bit to fine tune there, and basically, you know, they're getting themselves into games now. It's not just a 50-point thumping from each team.
Yeah, proud. Last point I want to make on it. We actually won a trophy in that game.
Way!
I
actually read this now. I read this on Twitter. Scotland now compete for a trophy in every single Six Nations game.
Yes. Can you name them?
Oh God, it's the Calcutta Cup.
Yes.
Oh God, is it like the Cuchetta Cup or something like that? That's the
Cuchetta Cup is the new one against Italy. That's an honor of Massimo Cuchetta, who used to be the Italian captain and Scotland's scrum coach. So, yeah.
I've got no clue the others. Sean, do you have any clue what the Scotland Island one is?
No idea. No, actually.
John!
No, that's against Australia. I have no idea. No.
Go on.
No,
right, so Scotland, England is Calcutta. We all know that.
Everyone knows.
Yeah. Scotland, Italy is the Cuchetta. It's very similar on names, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah, that's like half the reason I remember.
I would have called it the Massimo Cup just to change it so nobody was confused, but anyway. Scotland, Wales is the Doddy Weir Cup. Scotland, France is the Old Alliance Cup. And Scotland, Ireland is the Gaelic Quaid.
Do you think all of these are quite pointless?
Yeah, but it looks good at the end.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, if Scotland, I'm not saying they will, but if they ever, like, you know, won a Grand Slam, That's 6 trophies in it. That's 6 trophies in 7 weeks.
Wait a minute. So you get the ones that we just said for each game. So there's
Plus
5.
the 6 nations.
The 6 nations, the Triple Crown, and the Grand. That's 8.
Does the Grand Slam have a trophy?
I think you get given something if you win a Grand Slam. Do you not?
I thought it was just you get 3 extra points.
Yeah, it's just the 2. I think.
Well, yeah. So 7
trophies.
God, that's incredible.
For 5 games of rugby.
Well, it'd be nice anyway. We know Ireland. Yeah, it'd be nice anyway. We know that Ireland will be coming away with 2 trophies anyway next Saturday.
Nah, dream on.
Anyway, let's move on to the game that me and Sean contested about. England-Ireland. I've got a lot to say about this one. So, first of all, I just want to talk about the England fans. I think they were horrible.
Really?
I genuinely, just screaming and booing, and at the end of the day, if you want to be like that, then you're in the wrong sport, mate. I think booing at the ref, booing at the opposition, trying to throw Johnny Sexton off. Again, this isn't what we learn in rugby. Is poor by the England fans, and I think we should do better. Next thing, James Ryan. Obviously, a lot of talk was about Charlie Ewels and his red card, but again, it's kind of scary for James Ryan. He's had quite a few concussion problems in the past, and every time it seems to get worse. So I really do pray for James Ryan and hope he gets through this one. Obviously he'll probably be out for a fair while. But yeah, I've got all hope that it'll pull through. And then just to touch on the game, I think it was a wonderful game to watch. A wonderful game of rugby. These are 2 sides who are really, really going at it. 2 sides who basically just put their hearts on their chest and play to the end. And I think at the end of the day, England got done by less men and a better team. I think that's the only thing to separate them. At the end of the day, Ireland were the better team, and we were down to 14 men and got punished for it. Fair enough. I think the scoreline might flatter Ireland a bit. But that's nothing to say that Ireland played. Ireland didn't play well, because at the end of the day, these teams, they gave it their 110%, both of them. But fair play to Ireland, deserved that win all the same, and it probably hurt a little bit that they scored 32. So yeah, Sean.
Yeah, I think you said it there. I think Ireland probably, it's fair to say that I think Ireland probably did deserve the win overall. But in saying that, I think a lot of people were a bit disingenuous, especially online, in saying that Ireland were crap and everything. But, it's never easy, regardless of whether you're playing against 14 or 15 men, to go to Twickenham and get a bonus point. And you need respect England as well. Like, England showed up as well, even when they did have 14 men. Like, what was the score? 15-15 at one stage as well?
That was around the 60th minute or something, but Ireland just ran up with it.
Yeah, I think England for the third quarter, like from halftime up until the 60th minute, were by far the better team. They played the better rugby. They were actually making opportunities for themselves, where Ireland were a bit sloppy at times. I think Ireland were a little bit inaccurate, and like scrums were a massive problem. But aside from those problems, they got around them, and I think just getting a win is massive. I just want to say I was a bit pleased with how Conor Murray played off the bench. Like I'm his probably number one hated like opposite of a super fan. Let's put it that way. But he actually did very well, and I was actually very pleased for him. I'm delighted for him. I think Sexton was brilliant as usual. Hugo Keenan had a phenomenal game. Now, there's a couple of times he was knocked into touch and he was smashed off a few kicks, but nothing he could do about that. And Gibson Park was good as well, I thought. And look, as much as a Matt Hansen fan I am, Lowe and Conway were superb, and Conway was excellent. He kicked a couple of 50-22s, a couple of kicks that, even though they didn't go for 50-22s, they went for goal line dropouts, and Ireland, I think, scored off one of them. So, yeah, I think Ireland just will be very pleased. Like, Healy and Henderson were struggling a little bit, both of them at times, but look, not everyone can be perfect. And I think Conan and Henshaw were class off the bench. Look, I think Ireland will be very happy coming away with a bonus point against Twickenham. As I said, never easy. And it'd be disingenuous England to say that, that it would be easy and that it should have been more. coming away with a win against England is something to be proud of.
I think if we're touching on players, for England, I'd probably say the whole front row definitely did an amazing shift. Genge, George, and Sinclair had a mad game.
You're praising one man, Jack Noel. Who knew he could play on the
I was going to get onto that, Murray. Let me speak. No, I tweeted out about it when I was watching the game. Jack Noel at flanker. Now, back in 2019, I'm pretty sure Eddie wants to explore that route, and now we have. I mean, fair play to him. Probably the best flanker we've had in quite a while. No, it was funny to see, only because I remember the 3 years ago when Eddie was all just like, we'll play Jack Noel at flanker, a bit of a hybrid player, and I just thought he was talking crap out of his arse basically. But fair play, he pulled through. He was decent in the scrums. If we're just talking about one more player, Maro Itoje, I don't know what it is, but he just can't have a bad game. He physically cannot have a bad game.
So you know how you get get in all sports, it's like when a certain player does this or that, like they've hit a different level, like the Kobe Bryant chewing on his vest thing. Mm-hmm. And you've got no chance. Maro Itoje without a head guard, good luck to you, because that's a whole different animal. I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
My lord, he's like He's like the noodle hair Ronaldo, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He is absolute. Like, what? The scrum cap off. I just thought to myself, like, this is a different beast we're going to see today. My God, there are about 5 Maro Itojes in that pitch because he was everywhere.
I was just going to say that. You keep saying that Maro plays like 2 second rows, and he literally was. He
played exactly. He played like the fit, like 5. You know what I mean? It was Maro Itoje. I've got a lot of respect for him. He genuinely one of the best second rows I think I've probably ever seen. Just absolutely incredible at nearly everything he does. But yeah, no, I think it was a tightly contested game, and I definitely think that this probably gives England, a little bit more hope heading into the France game. We always knew that was going to be the biggest challenge, and to have that last, obviously. We needed all the other games to go well first, but
I had a glimmer of hope where things could go really well for us, but the best Scotland could do now is finish 3rd. I'll take that. I'm not complaining against that, but when it was 15-12 to Ireland, I was trying to do the math, because going into the game, England were on 10 points, Ireland were on 11. You get a draw, it's 2 points. I was like, right, if it's a draw, Ireland go on 13, England go to 12, and if Scotland beat Ireland, that's 4 points. That's 14. There you go, second.
But I've thought to myself, if we're talking about next week, it's likely that Wales will finish 3rd.
No.
Right, so it's looking like it's likely if France will beat England, Ireland beat Scotland.
No. But
those are the two most likely. Those are the two most likely results.
Yeah, you're right.
And Wales beat Italy. They will finish. So that means England, Ireland, and Wales will finish on 10 points each. It's all just down to score difference.
Well, and we're on -8.
Ireland on 10. No, Ireland are on 12 points.
No. England, Scotland, and Wales.
Sorry,
England,
thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
England, Scotland, and Wales will equal on 10 points. There's all the score differential. I'm pretty sure England are on +17 and Scotland are on -8.
Just beat Ireland. It's fine. We'll put it forward. It's fine.
I'll just say we'll beat France then, and everything will be all right. But anyway, since we're talking about next week, predictions for all 3 games. Murray, what are your predictions for the 3 for Super Saturday?
Super Saturday and Carter's 2nd birthday. More importantly, there you go.
Hey, happy birthday, Carter!
Next week.
What's the first game actually?
I'm pretty sure it's Wales, Italy.
Yeah, it's Wales, Italy.
I really want Italy to win it.
Yeah.
I think they deserve it. They won't. I do think Wales will go for it.
It's not the Principality, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it'll be Wales then.
It will be Wales, but
surely.
Why not? my head says Wales, but my heart says it.
I've got a bet actually. I've got a bet for a pint with my music teacher actually. Don't ask. I've got a bet with my music teacher that if Italy win, I get a pint, and if Wales win, he gets a pint.
Definitely not illegal or anything.
I have to. You know, I'm most likely giving him a pint, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So,
is everyone going Wales then?
Yeah.
No, I'll go Italy.
Yes, Sean.
Sean's got class. He's got hope.
I do.
If Italy won, well, number one, it would help England, like, you know, from Wales potentially snatching third, but I pray it's Italy. Right, next game, Scotland Ireland. You each say yourself, so I've got the casting one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm less worried for this game than I was for Wales.
Really?
Not from like what they've done on the field. I meant like just like before you looked at like before they even touched the ball.
Mm.
I was like, I'm really worried for Cardiff. I am still very wary of Dublin, but I'm like, if you had to ask which was I more worried for, it'd be Cardiff.
Oh, 100%.
But I don't know. I just think we've got nothing to lose. We've got absolutely nothing to lose.
Go for it.
Just go for it, yeah.
So
balls to the wall, underdog Scotland.
Scotland. Right, so Scotland are going to win.
Yes.
Sean?
No, Ireland are going to win.
Oh, boo. He also said Connacht were going to win, so it makes no difference. That's fine.
Ireland.
That hurts.
Ireland going to win.
Sorry.
Ireland going to win Saturday.
Hard.
Thanks, Harvey.
No, Ireland are going to win.
Harvey the realist. Yeah. Thanks, Harvey.
And then the last game of the Six Nations, France, England.
In Paris.
I think that's actually a tough one. I think that's a tough one.
Should we all go on three? 1, 2, 3.
France.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean went England.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, please. Sean, you've got so much hope.
I'm very optimistic, and I think that's my downfall. I think that's why. Yeah.
You know what, Sean? Fair play. If you think England's going to win, go for it, mate.
Like, it's hard. Like, obviously,
you kind of need England to win at this point.
Yeah, we do. But like, I genuinely, I feel like England have underperformed a little bit, and I think like they're kind of building, like, even though they lost Ireland, they're building momentum each game. I think obviously they lost Scotland the first game, like, and France weren't exactly like hot against Wales, and like France definitely are the better team. But like, I don't know, something can happen, you know.
Can
fair play.
we discuss that? Sorry, Sam. Just how mad how good the Six Nations in a tournament actually is now. Because you've just said it there, Sean. Scotland beat England. England beat Wales. Wales beat Scotland. So there's that mess of a triangle already.
Italy have played well against nearly every team.
Yeah.
Apart from
maybe England and Ireland, but
yeah.
What can you do in that situation?
No.
They played well against Ireland with like 2 men short, so
I mean, what's it? They didn't get a cricket score put on them. Is basically what you mean.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, let's move on from the Six Nations and go on to headlines, rugby headlines.
Yes.
Would anyone like to tee in for the first, or do I go first?
I think you should go first, Hart, because you've got the most recent and the big
most recent headline. So as of earlier today, we have another nation in the Rugby World Cup, and that nation is España.
Yeah.
Their first World Cup since 1999. They beat Portugal 33-28. I would have preferred to see Portugal in there, purely from a standpoint where I used to live in Portugal. So they're kind of a second team, but Yeah, no, fair play to Spain. They're cooking up something good. Obviously, their sevens program has been quite good over the last few years, and you know, they're in the Rugby World Cup now, sort of the biggest stage. They've really just got to show themselves, and you know, at least that's something to hope for in the future of Spanish rugby.
I mean, you see,
sound like a good game. That
it was a good game, quite tight actually. Yeah, I mean, the two fly halves were at it as well. Like, I'm pretty sure there was only one try scored apiece.
Oh, we'll have to check that one out.
It was either one or two apiece, but no. Pinto, the Spanish fly half, had an absolute field day.
You seen who they're grouped with?
Oh God, go for it.
They join South Africa, Scotland, Ireland, and someone else.
Asia Pacific.
Asia Pacific won. Yeah, great team.
My favourite nation. No,
easily.
I mean, what's it? How do you two feel about your chances against Spain?
You're asking me that?
That's going to be a tough match. That's the toughest match, lads.
No, but I did just want to touch on another thing about the match. It was a sellout crowd.
Oh, how much?
I'm pretty sure it was in the region of 2,000-3,000.
Okay.
Which, you know, Spain, Portugal, it's kind of a Mediterranean rivalry in itself. But no, it's incredible, I think, as well.
Where was the game on? Was it in Portugal or Spain?
I'm pretty sure it was in Madrid.
Okay, yeah, that's a nice ground there. I think I've seen a few clips from that from the November internationals.
Yeah, no, I watched the Spain Romania game a couple of weeks ago at that ground. Looked like a half decent place. So
yeah, would be a nice bad spot to go to watch some rugby.
Yeah, exactly, lads. We're up for a tour. Anyway,
some lads.
Murray,
Yes. So we've got a new tournament that's joined us this week on every tournament we cover on the planet. It's still Super Rugby, but it's Super Rugby Aupiki. So it is the women's New Zealand franchises, and what a game to start off with. So Chiefs Manawa, obviously the Chiefs women's team, went up against Matutu, which is the new franchise in New Zealand. It's based in the mountains. I think it's meant to be similar to the Blues, if I've read that correctly. It's along the same logo and all that. 17 points to 15 to Chiefs Manawa. Oh, I can't remember the name of the woman that scored it. It was Kelly, something that scored, number 8 for Chiefs. What a try. The fullback, I thought she was going to clear it for just a clearance kick, get it out of the way. It bounced on a dime. The fullback caught it, offload, straight in. Beautiful, beautiful try. Brilliant game. Like, they both went for it, and I think either of you are on your phone right now. Just have a look at the Super Rugby Aupiki trophy. It's very cultural. It's very nice. I like it. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but yeah, I think it's quite a niche trophy. And
since my computer's like the slowest thing in the world, I'll leave that one to Sean.
I'll try and have a look now. Actually, Wi-Fi on this train will work.
While Sean's looking for that, we go over to Super Rugby Pacific, where we have had another week of just fully loaded action. Like, just how good is Super Rugby? For a neutral perspective, how good is it?
Oh, it's incredible. When they took it off Sky, it was probably, my heart sank.
Yeah. About me died this morning. I said, yeah, there you go.
Oh, that is lovely.
That's very cool. Nice spot, Murray. That is lovely. That's class. Oh, sorry, I don't know why you can't see it properly.
There we go.
That's pretty cool.
That's beautiful.
Very cool.
So,
I like it.
Me died this morning. I don't know if you... no, Sean definitely seen it. So, if you watch Super Rugby game, if you watch Super Rugby highlights or just on the telly, you'll see like Super Rugby Pacific, DHL, Vodafone, all the big sponsors on the pitch, like you do in every other game. Yeah, they're not real. They're not there. It's a projector.
What?
There's a video.
I think someone
TikTok page, and there's somebody on the media team sitting in the stadium while the game is on, and it's just a rugby pitch. There's nothing on it. and then it flips it. And
But the thing is, because I was watching the Northampton Wasps game earlier, and genuinely, you know how they have to angle the sponsors on the pitch?
Yeah.
And it's basically like one side of the pitch is just covered with the Gallagher logo.
Yeah.
And it's just like you have to just play on basically a blue pitch.
Yeah. So if you're ever wondering why, like, the Chiefs or anyone hasn't got like dye down the top, there's no dye there. It's made up. It's projector.
I was about to say, they're moving really well with this whole like TV graphics thing.
Yeah, well, I thought it was real. It was real to me. But anyway, back to the rugby in question. Crusaders actually lost to the Chiefs. First time in 6 years the Chiefs have beat Crusaders. 24-21 at the death. We love it. The Blues beat the Highlanders 32-20. They came back from 13 points to 3 at half time. So great turnaround there. The Brumbies absolutely decimated the Rebels, 36 points to 17. You might have seen the Tom Wright try, the cheeky little grubber through from Tom Banks.
I love Tom Wright.
And our beloved Sean Maloney losing his marbles at the try, so we love to see that. The Reds narrowly beat Fijian Drua 33-28. Drua is a very nice team. This is Fiji. It's offload galore. You'll love it. And Jordan Bataya, he is a special, special player.
Oh God, oh my word! This just gives me like it was. Was it the Australia-France series in the summer?
Yes.
I remember waking up early and watching those games, and then just seeing Jordan Pataya play was just incredible.
He's so young. It's unsettling just how young he still is. I'll double check that now just to be sure. But
I genuinely couldn't place a bet on if he's younger than that Italian lad. Because I genuinely
how old is Andy Cattuso?
You said 1999, didn't you?
Yes.
John Pataya. Well, I got to guess.
Yeah, just take a guess, and then I will tell you.
You're gonna joke. It's got to be like 2000 or something, Sean.
I'm gonna say 1999 as well, actually.
Okay. Well, one of you is definitely right, and it's not Sean. It's hard.
Oh, really?
He was born in 2000.
He turned 22 in 2 days. Tomorrow, sorry, actually. 14th of March, 2000. He's 21 years old.
My lord.
Wow.
No. Frightening stuff. And just to round up Super Rugby, the Waratahs beat the Western Force, 22 points to 17.
Hey.
There you go.
I've got to just stay in the Southern Hemisphere. Obviously not Rugby Union, but Rugby League was back, the NRL.
Yes!
Very good league, that. Very, very interesting opening round. I'm pretty sure most people I saw tipped a Saturday got 0 out of 4 results. It was genuinely just galore. But one match I want to touch on. Newcastle Knights played the Sydney Roosters. A lot of people just thought the Sydney Roosters would walk over them. But the Newcastle Knights, they won 20-6. And I just want to mention this as well because this made me laugh during the week. The last try that Newcastle scored, Dominic Young in the corner, and I sent you lads the commentator, he just starts shouting, "He's from Huddersfield, you know. He's from Huddersfield, the birthplace of rugby league," and genuinely just made my day. It was so funny.
That's hilarious.
You couldn't write that, could you?
Oh my god, you couldn't. Oh my god. It just cracked me up. I love this stuff.
Brilliant.
Sean, you follow the very niche leagues in the rugby world. Any
growing leagues?
Growing leagues, but they're very niche as well.
Oh yeah. The MLR.
Yeah. So his history. So some very important piece of history was made in Major League Rugby last week. So, and not just because the Giltinis lost their second game of the season. They did lose in round 1 to the Sabercats in their opening game, but that is not what I'm here to talk about. So in the Giltinis match against the Austin Gilgronis down in Austin, so the out half for the Giltinis, Luke Burton, he was injured during the warm-up, and Matt Giddo was unavailable. I think he could have been injured as well, or maybe he was just being rested. So the skills coach for the Giltinis, who's 42 years old, Oreen, if I'm saying that correctly, he used to play for New Zealand Sevens and Samoa Sevens. He stepped in and played 10. Sorry. He played 10.
Oh my God, so lovely.
Stupid train. He played 10. Stupid train interrupted me. He played 10. He played 60 minutes. He was brilliant. He was. Well, no, he wasn't brilliant. He kicked 9 points, but he was okay. Like for a 42-year-old who hasn't played since like 2015, even like amateur level rugby in America. Yeah, it's class. 42 years old, played an hour. That's just mad. Now look at the Giltinis lost, but still, that's just bizarre.
I mean, like, fair play to him at 42 and a skills coach. Like,
sorry. Sorry, the stupid train.
the train, all right there.
Yeah, I love this guy. This is an announcer guy. I love him. Pretty sure it's recording as well, but anyway.
Anyway, you lads got anything else?
Nothing for me.
We should probably explain why there wasn't an episode last week, and it's because we were reunited in Edinburgh.
Way, we were back in Edinburgh.
Poor Sean flew all the way from Dublin to Edinburgh to watch Edinburgh put 50 on his beloved Connacht. We didn't expect it. I thought it was going to be a lot closer than that. But all in all, we met the king, Emiliano Buffelli.
Oh my! I don't know how much I drunk, but I went up to Emiliano and just went, "Hola, Emiliano," and he just blanked me.
I do love the story you shared with James Lang.
Oh my God! So James Lang, he former Quins player, not my favourite Quins player, but we'll drop that for a sec. So you know we're trying to get some high fives and some pictures with players. We've got a high five of Blair Kinghorn, so that was probably my highlight. I go up to James Lang, we take a picture, and I just casually ask him, Quins for the league, and he just goes, obviously. So he's still a Harlequin. He's still a Harlequin at heart. But Sean had a nice interaction with one of the players, didn't you?
Yeah, actually, that was very funny. After the game, so all the players coming out, as you said, and I was like, hard luck, Jack, hard luck, Connor, and I wasn't getting too much out of them. And then Alex Wotton, the winger for Connacht, I go, hard luck, and then he's looking at me, sees me wearing my Connacht gear, and he's like, thanks for sitting through that one, lads. Another side. It was very funny. That was hilarious. Fair play, Alex. He's good crack.
And I think I also sent a video up to Matt Hansen of us at the game, and the next day we got a DM back from him, and we were in the car, and the car just went wild. We could have crashed. Like, it was, everyone was just screaming because we got a DM off Mac. It was just a video of me and Sean. It was a video of me and Sean chanting for Connacht, but oh my lord,
I said
it was
Mac
absolutely amazing.
That video.
Anyway, we might as well end on a high note. Thank you, lads, for, as Alex Wotton said, thank you for sitting through this one.
Lovely, I love that.
We hope you enjoyed it. Come back next week as we discuss everything that went down on Super Saturday, the conclusion of the Six Nations, and what Six Nations it has been. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Spotify, whatever you're listening on. Don't forget to like the video if you're watching on YouTube, and also turn a little notification bell on if you want to see more of us and you don't want to miss when we're out. Please follow all the socials. You can follow Rugby Connection Pod on TikTok and on Instagram, and also follow me, Sean, and Murray individually if you want to see more rugby content from us guys. And that's all from me. Goodbye.
See you later.
Wonderful.